Okay, wow. I'll be perfectly honest. When I first started recording this video, I didn't know if it would be a good video because I didn't think there would necessarily be a difference between the two readers, but that is a substantial difference. The SanDisk just did the exact same file transfer. This is the CF Express Pro reader from SanDisk. And today I'm going to do a quick speed comparison against the ProGrade CF Express reader. Eric and Gene both use this ProGrade version of a CF Express reader. You can actually see Gene's initials on the stamp on the back right now. And I decided to go with the SanDisk version instead. It's a relatively recent release, I believe, as of recording this in July of 2022. But the reason I bought it primarily is because it has a metal enclosure. I think it's aluminum. And according to SanDisk, they say that because of the aluminum, it actually helps dissipate heat from the CF Express card, which if you've used one before, you know they get extremely hot. So I think potentially the aluminum body could help during like sustained transfers to a computer. So we'll just do a quick speed comparison between these two and test to see if the metal aluminum enclosure of the SanDisk one actually does help with any sustained writing speeds to your computer. The card I'll be using today to actually test with these two readers is the 256 gig SanDisk Extreme Pro CF Express card. I just right before recording this, filled up the entire card by just leaving my R5 on in 8K RAW, recording a C-stand off to my right. So it only fit, I think, just shy of 13 minutes of footage on here for anyone wondering. It's only 13 minutes of footage on the 256 gig card. 8K RAW is a lot. We'll use the ProGrade reader first, just to get an idea of what the baseline is with a more standard plastic construction reader. Ooh, I should also probably record my screen. Okay, create a new folder and just call it something like that. Great. Okay, we're gonna start the ProGrade test in 3, 2, 1. So I just finished transferring the file to my laptop's internal SSD, and it took 8 minutes and 6 seconds to transfer all 256 gigs from the SanDisk card to the internal SSD. As I eject the card and the reader to switch over to the SanDisk, I will say the reader as a whole feels pretty warm right now, and the card is, that's extremely hot. While that cools down, I'm just gonna give a couple thoughts as to what that transfer experience was like. For the most part, started off really strong in the ProGrade reader. I noticed about maybe like a quarter of the way through, things started to slow down a tiny bit. And then about halfway through and 3/4 of the way through, it kind of notched down again. But I don't know if that's because of the reader itself or just because that's just what the cards do. So I am genuinely curious now to actually see if the metal enclosure of the SanDisk Pro reader does make a difference, especially in the later portion of the transfer. I think that's the real key. Okay, so now the card is cool to the touch again, so I'm going to plug it into the SanDisk reader instead, and we're going to do the exact same test. Clock is ready, same file, and we will actually just put it in a new folder as well. We'll call this one seems appropriate. We'll head over here, copy the file. 3, 2, 1. Okay, wow. I'll be perfectly honest. When I first started recording this video, I didn't know if it would be a good video because I didn't think there would necessarily be a difference between the two readers, but that is a substantial difference. The SanDisk just did the exact same file transfer in 4 minutes and 28 seconds off of the ProGrade's, which was 8 minutes and 6 seconds. That's actually a really substantial difference. It was the exact same file from the exact same card, same cable, everything. It didn't change practically anything. It was just the readers themselves that I swapped in and out. At the very end of that whole transfer, you could say the SanDisk reader feels maybe a little warm, but even that would be a stretch to say, honestly. I'm gonna eject the card really quickly just to feel what the card feels like as well. And wow, yeah, that's actually, okay. It's warm, like you notice that it's warm, but it doesn't feel hot the same way that it felt hot coming out of the ProGrade reader. Dang, this is actually really interesting. So yeah, I guess there you have it. If you are looking for a strictly CF Express reader to get the absolute fastest transfer speeds, I gotta say, it seems like the SanDisk Pro Reader is a pretty solid option. Hey, well done, SanDisk. This is a really impressive product. If you're looking at picking up one of these, I'm sure I'll find links to them somewhere and leave them below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Oh, and if you didn't get the hint from the screen recordings, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, that would be awesome. Okay, I love you, bye. So stupid.